So we've just considered security features and security bugs of operating systems, but what affects the likelihood of there being threats to your operating system the most, thus increasing your risk based on your operating system? Well, that's the usage share of the operating system, i.e. how popular is the operating system that you are using. So let's have a look at the statistics when it comes to usage share. Here we are looking at data from a site or company called StatCounter, and look at this huge market share from Microsoft Windows operating system. 81% of the total desktop operating system market is Windows, followed by Mac OS at a relatively tiny 13%, which actually is up from 8% in 2015, so it's up 5% since 2015. So Mac OS is becoming more popular and taking over a little bit of the Windows market. Then look at Linux and Chrome OS, tiny percentage of actual usage. Of the Windows operating systems, we can see a further breakdown. Windows 10 has the majority share, around 46%, which is not too much of a surprise, but note Windows 7 is at a staggering 40%, which is why I still cover it on the course, because so many people don't want to move to Windows 10, even though it was offered to them for free as a free upgrade from Windows 7. And amazingly, people are still using XP. Can you believe it? I'm not surprised. Worth noting, desktops and laptops are no longer the most used form of computer. Smartphones are at 51% usage, desktops are at 44% usage. We will talk about smartphone statistics in a minute. Cybercriminals, like any budding entrepreneur, wants to get the best return on investment in time and effort. Therefore, it makes much more sense to target the largest demographic of users, which is Windows. Generally, malware is written for a single type of operating system. So because Windows still has the greatest market share, that's where they're going to aim. That's where the money is. But Mac users need to be aware the wolves are circling. With increased popularity and increased number and severity of vulnerabilities, criminals will start to focus on Mac. If we move down here, you can see another way of viewing the OS statistics, and we're now including the mobiles. And look, you can see Android is becoming extremely popular, and mirroring its popularity is a massive increase in attacks against Android. If you buy an Android device, you need to buy it from Google or a major manufacturer who provides timely updates to security bugs. There are currently millions of vulnerable Android phones out there that will never be patched because nobody's providing the patches for them. A vulnerability called stage fright means that a picture message can be sent to those phones to take control of them. And there's millions of them out there vulnerable. So what does this tell us all about the operating system that we should pick? Well, Linux offers the most secure operating system, plus it has a tiny usage share, which means the real risk, the threat landscape for Linux is tiny. On the downside, it's difficult to get applications for it. They don't support all the applications that you're going to need, so it's a trade-off there, but you will get the most security from a Linux type environment. Not many people are attacking Linux. Then you have your Mac OS X, which has got a nice balance. It's not a well-targeted operating system, and it has reasonable security features. I would say Mac is probably a good balance for your average user that cares about security and also cares about usability, but you do also have the increased cost, which is unfortunate. And then you have Windows. It is the highest market share. It is attacked the most. But this course is the solution to mitigate the risks. So although you may be running with an operating system that is attacked the most, there are solutions to help you mitigate the risk. And this is what this course is going to do for you. And with some simple and easy steps, you'll be able to reduce your risk massively so that they don't go after you, they go after the lower hanging fruit.